We developed ULEAD Cards back in 2018 as a way to engage students and really get their hearts and their minds and their whole bodies engaged in connection with each other, in learning, in growing their social and emotional skills, and ways even to spark like academics. They're available and they're to be used with educators in classrooms. They're used in Boys and Girls Clubs for after-school programming. They're used in YMCAs, and they're even used with staff teams to spark their own connection and communication. So these cards have 10 elements, and there's over 80 activities that are a growing list of activities that many youth workers and educators in the field have added to. Whether you're looking for reflection, whether you're looking for connection and partner activities, or for group and team building sessions, ULEAD Cards are there for you.
We're going to take a closer look at the elements on the card. We want to look at the full image side for this activity. So the card does have two sides. We're going to be looking at the full image side here. And the activity we're going to introduce is Something I Bring. Something I Bring is a fun, short activity that really focuses on self-awareness, mindfulness, and communication. So the way that Something I Bring is run is you're going to take all of your cards and spread them out either on a table or a floor, image side up. Make sure that there's enough room around for everyone in your group to gather around and see all the cards. Give the group a few minutes or as much time as needed to pick out an image that represents a skill or a gift that they have that they bring to the team. Once everyone has selected their image that represents that gift or skill, have them find a partner, and with their partner, take just a few moments to share why that gift or why that image represents that gift or that skill. We're going to take a look here at the letter element. That's going to be found on the image side of the card in the top left corner. Quick note, there's two full alphabets with each card deck, and the way to determine that is if you flip these cards over, you'll find there's an orange side and a blue side. And there's a full alphabet for the orange cards and a full alphabet for the blue cards. So if you decide that you want to divide your card deck into two full alphabet groups, it is possible. One activity to use with the letter element is an activity we call Brought to You by the Letter. So what you can do is spread the cards out, image side up on a table or a floor, and invite your team around to select a card based off of the letter. And that letter is going to represent a takeaway or a word that describes an experience that they just had. For example, you could select the letter R. Maybe this stands for reflection for me. Once every participant has selected a letter, invite them to circle up, and each individual can go around a circle sharing what the letter represented for them. This is one of many activities that the letter element can be utilized for.
All right, so the next element we're going to take a look at today is going to be the emotion side of the card. We're going to move from, we have the image side, now we're going to look at the text side. With the cards, a cool thing here is that we have blue and orange. That helps us understand which emotion that we're going to be working with. So if we're wanting to highlight more of a positive emotion, you're going to be looking at the cards that are outlined in blue. If you want to focus on emotion that's maybe a little bit more challenging, you can go ahead and separate the deck into the orange cards. Looking at the emotion here, it's on the side. This one happens to be content, and this one happened to be sad. One activity that we can use the emotion word for is emotional charades. To play that activity, I would have my group circle up, put the cards in the middle of the group, and then invite one brave member to come and select a card and maybe place it on their forehead, inviting the group to act out whatever the emotion is on the card. Once they've got it, they can put it down and try to find a different card, and continue that process over the course of maybe 45 seconds or as long as you're willing to have your group go for. Once that's happened, somebody else can step into the circle and that process can continue. And that's one way that you can go ahead and use the emotion word with your group. Here we're going to go ahead and take a closer look at another element of the card value. So sticking on the context side, we're going to go ahead and right here look at the card value. The deck contains all 4 suits, 13 different values, and one way that you can utilize the card value is to have your group do an activity called line lineups. Every member in your group or team will receive a ULEAD card, and their objective is to keep the card to themselves and line up in numerical order from the lowest value to the highest value, allowing your group to determine where that starts and where that ends. Once that they feel like they've figured it out, allow them to go ahead and reveal their cards and to see how successful they were. That is one of many ways that you can use the card value element on the card deck. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the animal element on the card. The animal element is at the top of each card. A cool thing about this deck is that there are 9 different animals, and within that there are 6 different types of each animal. So this element can be really great for helping to divide your group into teams. One way that you could do that is by an activity called Find Your Family. Have your group assemble and distribute a ULEAD card to every participant. Without talking, they have to try to find their family using animal sounds and actions. This can be a fun way to help your group get randomly divided up and is one of many uses for the animal element on the cards. Now we're going to take a look at the movement element on the card. The movement element is on the side of each of the cards. The movement word can be used for physical movement, activity, fun and engagement around your space. One activity that you can use the movement for, something we call Move It, Move It. Give each participant a card and inform them that once they have identified the movement on the card, that they are to mingle about the space, utilizing the movement that they specifically have. Bonus points if they do that in a passionate, fun way. That is one of several different ways that you can use the movement element on the cards.
Hello, we'd like to take a moment to introduce you to the dice element. If you look over on the multi-image side of the cards, you're going to find a little die element right here at the bottom of each card. This element is great for quick thinking, problem solving, math skills. If you like a little bit of competition, one activity we recommend is add them up. Just make sure each participant in your group has a card. Keep that card to themselves. They find a partner, and on the count of 3, each will present their card. And the first person to add up the die count correctly is the winner. Exchange cards, find another partner, and repeat this process. This is one of many ways to use the die element on the cards. We're going to focus on the question element. On the multi-image side of your cards, there is a question at the very top. 54 questions in total with this deck of cards. And these are great for connections, get to know you activities, mixers, icebreakers, interview questions. One way we like to utilize the question is in an ask and pass activity. So make sure that each participant in your group has a card. You can pass those out and invite them to find a partner. Each partner is going to take a turn asking and answering the question. So they will ask their question, their partner will answer. Their partner asks their question, they will answer. And then they can exchange cards so they move away with a new activity, find a new partner, and repeat the process. This is a great way for folks to get to know each other based on some random fun questions. This is yet one way to utilize the question element on the cards. If you flip your cards over to the multi-image side, you'll notice there's a picture in the center of each card. There's 54 different pictures per deck, so no 2 icons are going to be the same. But these are great for connections, appreciating differences in others. One activity we like to use with the icons is common bonds. Make sure each person in the group has a card and invite them to find another person in the group that has an image with something in common. Remember, there are no 2 images exactly alike. So you're going to have to think outside the box on this one. Well, once a partner finds another partner with an icon that has something in common, invite them then to take it the next step further and find out what they have in common as a person. As you can see here, I've got a money bag and a clock. An example could be time is money. This is yet one way to utilize the icon element. If you flip the cards over to the multi-element side, you're going to see at the very bottom, there's a quote by a famous person. Orange cards are famous male quotes, and blue cards are famous female quotes. So if you decide you'd like to divide your card deck into male or female quotes, that's one way of doing so. Quotes are a great way to inspire conversation, possible debates, agree or disagree kind of questions. One way that we like to utilize the quotes is in life mantra activity. With the life mantra activity, we invite every person to have a card. They're going to look at the quote at the bottom of their card, find a partner and just have a simple conversation. If that quote was their life mantra for the day, how would that change their day? The quote element is great for value reflection, self-awareness, and possibly even some debate if you want to ask some agree or disagree questions regarding each quote. That's one way to use the quote element on the cards.
So if you're interested to hear more and learn more about ULEAD cards, we invite you to join our card club, which brings a new activity every month right into your inbox. You can also go to our website at uleadinc.org, or if you're interested in the card training, just email us at experiences@uleadinc.org.